Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 with the Rude Man, and we're back in Don Diego. And I'm sitting in a cornfield, but it's not ripe yet. So we got some sleeping to do. You know what that means. Everything's done and ready to go. I just need to get it grown. That requires sleep. So let's see about sleep needs. Let's get some flight in here. I could do my instant sleep, but I feel like going to the hacienda. Take a left, go upstairs. Oh, shoot. Let me drop down out of the sky here. Turn flight off. You get stuck inside the house for some reason. Or in other places if you've got the flight on. You don't always stay level. You're either going up or down when you leave the flight on. Okay. Good night's sleep. I think all the fields are fertilized, I think, at 100%. There was one that wasn't. And the rice was needing water. So let's see what happened with that. Okay. Doggone it, if my chat's still not working. It doesn't have YouTube, so I thought I fixed it this morning, but it doesn't have YouTube, which is the main one, obviously. Because the reason I know that is because Scorpion's. I'm looking at another computer that's got it running, and Scorpion says that the AVCT is all good. So audio, video, stuff doodle-doo. So, let's see. Doggone it all. I don't know what to do because it's just not. I'm going to log out of it and log back in and see if that resets it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not right. I need that. Oh, and it's wanting the password. Of course it is. I shouldn't have to go through this every time. All right. What am I trying to open? Oh, this is not right. Got to go through the whole list of all my passwords. I got about 100 of them. They're all different, and they're all 20,000 characters long. And I don't know any of them. I have to keep a program that knows them. It's a pain. Okay, and then of course it's not there. Come on. There it is. Then I got to go through that human thing. Are you a human? And you got to pick the right boxes. Pain in the butt. All right, I don't know if I don't think I fixed it. Let's look at the fruit. I can see it's still green, so that's not good enough. So we're gonna sleep again, and while I'm sleeping, I'll pull the chat from the other computer. I guess I don't know what else to do. Which means I won't have the Twitch account showing on this computer. On the other one, maybe. If I can figure out how to do it. Pop out chat. There we go. Okay, pop that out. Put it over here. And bring it down to that side. If I can figure out how to do it. Oh, and there's sound. Don't need that. All right, and then back to the game. Okay. We must be done sleeping. Let me look out the window. Out the window. And I can see... How'd I get the last time? Is there a balcony? Hey, there's nothing on the table. And my car's not in the pond anymore. All right, sleep again, I guess. Wait. Before I do that, let me go check on the rice. Because it didn't have water. I can say that's the train running. I said, what's running over there? Okay, is there water? Oh, shoot. I can't. Is that water? That is water, I think. Okay, I think there's water, but I'm going to turn it on just to make sure. Yeah, it won't let me flood it, so it must have water in it. Okay, that's good. While I'm over here, we'll check that one. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. When did it change? It wasn't... It's ready to harvest already. Oh, sweet. It must have changed while I was looking at it. Okay, this one here, sugar beets, they are still growing. And then I did pick up a couple of others. I sold a bunch of crap doodle-doo. And hey, Matt, Skip Man's in. Okay, am I missing something? Is the chat not going onto the screen anymore? Because you guys are typing and I don't see it on the screen over there. Have I even got it turned on? The chat box. Are you kidding me? It was turned off. Now it's on. Now here it comes. Stuff is coming up on the screen, but that's not what I was missing. That isn't what I was missing. I'm missing something else. I'm missing the main chat that I read, not the chat that's coming up on the screen like that. Because I can't read that anyway. It's too small. Okay. I don't like the chat that shows up on the actual live stream because it's hard. It's too hard to read. It's full of crap-a-doodle-doo. As I said last week, the chat that I use, the third-party chat, all it is your chat. It's got your name and what you said. Period. Nothing else. And so it's easy to read. And if you're probably looking at the same chat that I'm looking at, that's YouTube chat, and it's got, your guys' pictures, whatever you're using for an avatar, and then you've got, your name and wrenches on it, and all kinds of googly garbage stuff that keeps popping up, and there's little purple pictures of crowns, and it makes it hard to read. OPS. Oregon Public Broadcasting? Skip, what's happening? Chat on screen equals no. Now, yes. Matt's in the house. Hey, Tina. Tina, you were working on my farm earlier when I was getting it ready for the live stream. Okay, anyway, I bought this little farm right here. It was somebody by the name of Marie, I think. No, it's Katie. Some girl named Katie owned this field. It's not very big, but I bought it, and it had parsnips on it. And I was looking at soup. I do have a soup factory, I guess. And I don't remember whether I put it in or not. And you can make parsnip soup, you can make red beet soup, you can make carrot soup. Who in the hell want carrot soup? Just got up, getting for night driving. So, anyway, sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. We're waiting for everything to get ready, but there are some things that are getting ready. I was talking about soup. There is one of the soups that you can get that is a combination soup of 3 different items. Parsnips, red beets, and carrots, I think. And so I was looking at those 3 crops. So we got red beets here. We got parsnips over there in that little field over there. And then I've got 2 or 3 fields of carrots, I think. This is corn. I think this one is carrots, this huge one. Why I need that many carrots, I don't know. Nope, this is corn also. So what's this over here? This is potatoes. Oh, God. Did I not do the carrots? Here's some carrots. All right, we got carrots. They need to grow, though. We need to be good to them and make them grow. Jesse's at my place. Where are you at? Tina's sick again. Tina, you're always sick. So this is a little bit of, right here, what I just said is a little bit of what I was talking about last week. When you're watching somebody, either you're either watching somebody or you're the one making the videos. Generally, it's when you're watching things and you think you know somebody because you watch their videos. What you're seeing of their life is a little tiny little bit of their life. There's 24 hours in a day, and you're watching an hour or two, maybe a week. Some people that only do a week. Some people only do a month video. Some people do, 2-3 times. I only do 2. Well, if you're counting that I've been doing Red Dead, which I don't know how far that's going to get, but you think you really know them. I mean, you get to that feeling that you really know this person, and if you like them, they're like you're a friend or family, but you really, really know very, very little about them in that respect. And it's the same way with me, with you guys. I get to see you pop in here and cut a joke once in a while and talk a little bit about your families and stuff, but I don't really know.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Scorp. Now, in my case, anybody that seriously knows me in real life will tell you that what you see on these videos is me.
All right.
I'm just me. I don't try to put on anything. I don't try to act like I'm something I'm not. Who was that? Was that Andy? Did I miss Andy? Andy, cheers. It was Andy. I see he did the mead. Great, Matt. Family's doing great. Okay, here's another sugar beets and then the rice here. And the rice is ready to go, so let's get a harvester here. How did I do the rice? I can't remember. Was I doing it with that great big thing? I think I was. Let's see where it's at. I think it's over on the other farm. All right, so I've slept a couple of days. Let's see what's been happening around here. So this is full here. I need to get this popcorn. Good God. Factories are loud. I need to get that popcorn to market. I got oil that I need to get someplace. I haven't made any cereal yet. I need to make some cereal. Cereal takes honey and something else. I can't remember. Oh, dang it. I got myself caught again. I probably got coffee, but it doesn't show up. Oh, look, I've got chili potatoes. Chili potato chips to pick up. There's probably coffee here. Wherever it comes out. I don't know where it comes out. Right there, I guess. Nope, right here. There's probably coffee. These are all full. Oh boy, we really went to town here. Nothing here though. What's going on? Why is there nothing here? Because it goes in there. Right? What am I growing in here? It doesn't seem to be growing anything. Oh, this is the coffee beans. Okay. All right. Well, that's there. That's there. That's there. All right. We got a lot of stuff. Here's what's disappointing, though. I slept for 2-3 days, and that's all the honey I got. And all those bees, all of these bees, that's all I got right there. And that's got to go to the cereal farm place. All right. Let's see. I don't think that I have. That's a production chain. This isn't the soup place, though, is it? Yeah, it is. Noodle soup. Okay, it does make soup. Canned peas, rice boxes. This isn't the same one, though. Noodle soup, canned peas. Okay, this one does make a little bit of soup, but this isn't the one that I was talking about. There's actually a soup factory. What's this? This is the soup factory. I do have the soup factory. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. If you put together those 3 crops that I'm growing right now, parsnips, red beets, and carrots, you can make this triple soup right here that takes carrots, parsnips, and red beets. Isn't that sweet? So that's what I want to do. So while I'm thinking about it, let's change this. There. And we'll get ready. Stuff isn't ready to harvest yet, so let's get this harvester going. Yeah, and the bees are taking way too long, as Scorpion just said. I gotta figure out why I'm not getting my chat like I used to get, because for me to look at that chat that's being provided by YouTube, I have to sit and stare at it until I get, okay, somebody said something about popcorn factory. Tina used to work at a popcorn factory. See, I missed that because there's so much minutia in that, and color, and I don't know what the crown thing is, and that I can't find what I need to quickly to keep up with the chat. So I have to stop what I'm doing in the game and stare at the chat to make sure I haven't missed anybody. It's a pain. I don't like it. I mean, the part that's a pain is that I have to search for it when I used to not have to search for it. So I need to figure out why that's not working now. And it's YouTube it's not working on. I can get Twitch without a problem. Is this the right piece of equipment? Might not be. No, I don't think it is. Okay, so this isn't it. What did I use? I can't remember. Was it a regular combine that I was using? Don't hit the gas tank. God, you're gonna blow my ass to heaven. I don't think you can do that, and I don't want to try. checking the horses because they're not. Are they making poop? I don't. They don't look like they are. Are they eating? There's hay and straw in there, but there's no oats. Am I supposed to be feeding them oats? Dang it. Can't think straight today. I can't think straight any day anymore. Forgot where I was going. Too many things on my mind right now. Bluey. I gotta. Oh, here's part of the problem. My phone went off about 2 o'clock in the morning. That didn't really wake me up. It was just a text. But I woke up at 3 o'clock and had to make a trip down the hallway. And as I was making the trip back out of the hallway, Addie was sitting there with her flashlight from her phone looking at me when I opened the door to come out of the ladies' room. And I was a little surprised, but not really. The bathroom's being used all night, all day. So I said my goodnights, went to bed, couldn't go back to sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning, got up about 3:30. I tossed and turned a little bit, got up at 3:30, sat around doing something till 4 o'clock, laid back down, never did get back to sleep, got up at 8. So I sat there from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock without really sleeping, just kind of laying there. I should have gotten back up at 5 and just played games or something, but I didn't. Anyway, I looked at the email. It's from a guy that watched a Fallout 4 video from around 2016, so a long time ago. And it was one where the Fallout 4, if you played Fallout 4, there is like a DLC that is Vault 88, and the storyline has you reopening Vault 88 and housing it with people and building in it. You can rebuild Vault 88 to your own liking. And so this guy is somebody that, sorry, I forgot his name. Charlie something, I think. But it was the first episode of that, Fallout 88, and he asks me, well, first he compliments me and says that, he really likes my style, that as I'm telling people what I'm doing as I'm building was really helpful to him. And he enjoyed the video and wanted to know why my Fallout 4 doesn't look like his Fallout 4. And his Fallout 4 is one that he just recently started playing. So he's very late to the game of playing Fallout. Very late. I don't remember when Fallout first came out, but it was around 2015 or 2016. So he wanted to know why my Fallout 4 looked different than his now, and he wanted to know if he could go back to that version that I was playing in 2016. I told him that it's a complicated answer. I don't know where I'm going. I went to feed the horses. I told him it's complicated because, for one thing, that was 9 years ago. And I said, the simple answer is that I was playing the base game, base Fallout 4 that everybody gets. And I said, even if I was to play today, I would be playing the base game that everybody else plays. The difference is, if you look at the description, and it just so happens that the description of that first episode of Fallout 4 88, I put a complete list of the mods I was using. So there's over 30 mods. I think there was about 38 mods that I had listed in the description. Now I'm putting the stuff back instead of feeding it to the horses. Anyway, so I told him, I said mine was pretty, for that time, 30 some mods was pretty heavily modded. And so that my game wouldn't look like his, although I'm just playing the standard game. So simple answer is, look at the description. But I said the problem is, you're talking 9 years ago. The base game has been updated so many times since then. There's no counting how many times. And I said every time they update the game, it will break mods. And if the mod author chooses to fix the mod, he will. Some of them didn't. So I said some of those mods may still be around, but if they are, they're not going to be in the same, form that they were. Okay, so did it not take any of the oats? So I said, it's not going to be in the same form. Then I told him, I recently went back to Fallout 4, and I'm now playing with 934 mods, which I have added 2 or 3 of my own into that now. So I have more than 934 mods now. Okay, this isn't working. Well, I tried to answer his question, but I don't think it's going to be helpful because there's no way he's going to go back to that. I wouldn't even know how in the hell you would go back to that. The base game at that time. I guess I got those. What am I looking at here? Straw. It says there's a little manure, not much. They're just not making any, I guess. Base food, root crops. Total capacity 20,000. Okay, the hay, I've got hay in there. The hay's taking the base food's going to be oats, I think, because there's so little bit of it. Because if you take this little bit and this bit right here, that's the total amount up here. So if I get rid of all the hay and put oats in there, or if I put half and half, and I'm not using any root crops, but that doesn't have any, I don't know why they're not making poo, is my whole thing. I don't know. All right, I'm getting absolutely nothing done. Thomas, how you doing? Yeah, no doubt. Oh, dang it. I forgot to reset the memes again. They're set for Fallout. I mean, Red Dead. What in the world? Where's my header? That's just a trailer. What? This is terrible. Where am I at? I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell is going on? Am I in that? I am in that. Okay, let's. It's terrible. Oh crap. Oh no, it's sinking. It's sinking through the bridge. No. I'm melting, melting. All right, I gotta find my header. Where's my header at? There it is. Oh, for crying out loud. Where's the front, though? The front. There it is. Oh, for crying out loud. This isn't any fun anymore, guys. I'm not having fun anymore. Okay, I'm stuck. I'm just going to teleport out because I'm stuck. Okay, I'm trying to get over to the rice, right? Oh, look, it's all crooked and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's all messed up now. Okay. What did I do? No. Kimberly Hart, hi, how are you? Yeah, Kimberly's following it, but at least the Twinkies are having a good time over there. Kimberly, you get a free tractor for a follow or a subscribe. So we'll get you a free tractor. It's big, it's powerful, it's cheap, it's free. Thanks for the follow, and we'll get you a tractor here pretty quick. Yeah, that's not going to work. There's your tractor. All you got to do is drive it away. It only takes 2 fingers. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, this isn't it then either. What did I use to do this? Did I actually have to get that little bitty silly thing that you have to use? Is that what I actually used? That rice harvester that comes with the map? Oh my God, that's going to take all day. But it did work. It must be what I used. I guess. I don't know. 4 miles an hour? No, thank you. Let's go 10 miles an hour. That's better, right? Driving on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. Jesse's here. Hey, Jesse. How's it going? Okay, so this isn't working. So we got to get something that does. Let's run over and get that, I guess. Got to use the proper equipment, I suppose. All right, let's get it over there. I do remember this piece of equipment, so this must be what I used. I'll have to look for a mod, I guess. Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan. All right, who's doing the rice? Tina. Tina's doing rice. I just noticed my beard's getting awful long. I stopped trimming my beard about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's getting pretty long. I might just leave it at this length. Every Christmas I've always grown it out. In 2020, when that big kerfuffle happened, I said to hell with it, and I didn't trim my beard for almost a year or two, and it was way down here. It was just really long. I've got a picture of it where it's right about in here. But yeah, it went way down. And I haven't grown my hair out this long in 30, 40, 50 years. This is the longest I've ever had my hair in my working years. When I first met Carol, I had an afro. And I insist that I didn't. And everybody keeps telling me, yes, you did. I've seen pictures. And I said, I've never had an afro. Then they pulled the pictures out. That's not me. It's not me. Okay, what else we got to do? Let's go check on the grass and see how the grass is doing. Grassy ass. We're on Don Diego. We can speak a little Spanish lingo, right? Grassy ass. All right, it's ready to harvest. Let's go get our grass picker. Woohoo! I don't know if I've got. I just don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna do this because just in case I knock everything down, you won't have anything to laugh at me about. There's what that looks like. It's hard to see because it's bright in here. But when I turn my beacon, watch the beacon on the piece of equipment there. When I turn it off, this goes off. When I turn it on, that goes on. And it actually does different. Like this one is not. This one's not a circle light. This one might not work because it's a mod. Let me check though. All right, let's pull this thing up. Oh, it does. It flashes. So it does whatever your whatcha-dinger does. And I just noticed how dirty it is. Oh my God. My monitor's right in front of me. It's a I think a 40-inch curved monitor sitting in front of me, and it's quite tall. It's up here, and I have a little table behind it that sits that high, and this is setting on that little table, so it's right next to the camera. Right, I'm gonna have to hire a cleaner to come in, clean that thing. I don't get paid enough to do that kind of work. Okay, what was I doing with this? Nothing. I don't know why I did that. Why did I show you that? Because I don't think I ever have. Jonathan, what's new? What's happening? Bright, shiny bacon. Bacon. Andy's got a bacon now, too. Lori's in the house. Hey, Lori. Andy's got a bacon. And he got it on the cheap, I think, because I spent close to $100 on that thing I got. Rudy, go as Bob Ross. Who's Bob Ross? You could go as, who's the guy that used to wear the tennis shoes and the sweaters? I hit my camera when I got up, which was what I was worried about doing. So it's a little off. Because I used to have a little bit, yeah, see how high my finger, look how high I go now. Yeah, I hit my camera, dang it. I don't know if I even dare fix it. Okay, that might be too much. Dang, I did go too much. Try that. Nah, it's close enough for government work. All right. We're going to get this guy. Whoa! Let's get him to the field. Wash that bacon, wash that bacon. Hell, I'm more of a cowboy than Scorpion is. Have you even rode a horse? Scorp? I used to make money breaking horses. I like that, Jonathan. I like that. Notice that Jonathan said that he noticed I was live. He didn't say, I noticed you were still alive. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Depends on who you ask. Especially nowadays, everybody out there seems to want to kill everybody. What the hell's going on with this country? 3 or 4 times? Did you ever get bucked off? Yeah, he had a perm. Mine's natural. Besides that, there's nothing I can do about my hair. That man was pissed off because he had that haircut, and he didn't. When he started his TV show, he decided he didn't like it. He wanted to go back to his natural hair, and they wouldn't let him because everybody loved it so much. And so he was stuck his whole career with that stupid haircut, and he wasn't happy about it. Oh, Jonathan, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I never wore spurs. That's cruel. You train your horse right, you don't have to have spurs. I didn't even use I didn't use bits. I used a Hackney. I don't know what they call that. I might have had that wrong. Give me a break. It's been 60 years. But I used it. It was a it went around their mouth, around their nose. Didn't Nothing went in their mouth. The the bits I thought were cruel, and people would abuse them that didn't know how to ride, and it hurt the horse's mouth. So I didn't use that. Hackmore, I used what they called a hackmore. It was more of a on the outside, like a harness, and with the reins on it. And then if you trained your horse to do what you wanted it to do, you didn't have to abuse it. Like if I wanted my horse to run, they would run. I didn't have to beat the shit out of them with something or spur their bellies and cut their skin. I never used spurs. Or I've used bits before. That's not a problem if you're, experienced rider. You don't have to hurt the horse. You need to get their attention sometimes. But the kind I had, there's a solid bar one that goes in their mouth, and when you jerk it, it pulls on them. There's another one that is two pieces, and they're hooked in the middle, so it bends like this. It's a little bit softer for them. I can't remember what they called it, a snaffle or something like that. All right, he's doing his thing. Let's get out, and I'm going to do a sleep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trim this just a little bit. I think it's long enough for Christmas, and the kids aren't little anymore. They don't care if I look like Santa Claus or not. But I've always grown my beard out at Christmas, except for last year. I don't remember doing it last year. Okay, look, the sorghum is ready to go. Let's grab another harvester and get working. Uh-oh. Is he full? Let's pull this off the road here. I might do something a little different here pretty quick. Let me think about it. I'm thinking about it. Scorp's got to leave, doesn't he? Scorp, you're working in the factory. Are you working in the poorhouse this week? I bet you are. I thought I had... Didn't I have the little blue trailers that I've used before? Did I not? I thought I had one of those. I bet it's in the other game I'm playing. Trailers for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. Okay. So it'd be this one, I think. We'll grab that. I don't care about the wheels. Wheel setup. Standard's fine. Cover, yes. Do I need a cover? I never use one. Normal capacity? Hell no. Main color, Baloo. Baloo as a balloon. Okay. I'm just going to buy the one for now. Later, if I need the second one, I'll get it. The tandem one. I'll get it. Later, tater. Later, tater. Do, later, tater. Okay, I'm gonna need a tractor. Not using these. Okay, now these trailers are articulated, and what that means is the two front tires turn with that, and I don't like that. So if you're trying to back it up, you go left and it goes right and nothing works right. But I have a mod that makes it solid, so I have to make sure that it's facing straight, and then hit the not the parentheses, but the one that's blocky looking. I hit that. I can't remember which one it is. There it is, block trailer. Oh, over there. If you look over there, it says unload, and then it says block trailer. So it's the left one. If I hit the left one, so I'll show you. See that it's turning? If I go to back up, it goes wacky. Okay, so to fix that, make sure that it's following straight. When it's following straight, you hit that key. And now, it sets it solid so you can back it up. Sweet, eh? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, indeed. I chose this trailer because it's low to the ground, but the tractor's not. Oh my God, that almost didn't work. Might have to get a smaller tractor, maybe a medium-sized one. Score, about time to leave, eh? Oh, Lordy. Have a good time, Jonathan. Jonathan's just wanted to pop in and say hello. Appreciate it. Be careful out there. The Ozarks and Appalachians are scary places nowadays. Take care of yourself, Jonathan. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay. You guys see all of this production here. And if you remember me telling you that I did something that was wild, and this is not the right map for it, I'm going to show you what that is. So, hang on. Okay. Let me save this where it's at right here. Something different. I mean, I do the same old thing every week, just harvest and do stuff. Let's do something a little different today. I'll let you see what I'm doing on the other game that I'm playing. It's the same map, but it's a bit more advanced because I've been playing it longer. All right, what am I doing here? Auto wash. I have auto wash in here. Loading up. It's a loading, 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 loading. Keep that booger loading. Time for... Is it already? It's soup de jour. Oh, by golly, it is. Thanks, Matt. I don't know what I can have today, though. My blood sugars have been squirrely lately. I don't know why. That's not bad. Patrick, what's happening? Patrick's in the house. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna show you this. Let me get a soup du jour though. I think I haven't had one of these for a while. Let's do one of these. This is a Baja Blast. Now, Carol likes this stuff that's called Voltage. I think it's kind of a blackberry or a blueberry or something. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the red one, the Code Red. Okay, so we got Baja Blast in here. How's the life? My life and my wife, there's the same thing. And it's good, Patrick. Oh, man. I haven't had a Baja Blast for a while. And the ones you get from Taco Bell and places like that, I'm not a big fan of fountain drinks. They always taste watered down to me. So if I can get it out of a can, and you know, I'm old school. Back when I was young, we didn't have cans. Everything was in a bottle. And it always tastes so good in a bottle. And the canned stuff doesn't taste like the bottle. And I'm not talking about that ugly, nasty plastic bottles. I'm talking about glass bottles. Oh, my. That is very good. And I didn't do this, did I? And I didn't do that. And we got to say hello to Godzilla while we're at it. But the cat's got to go. I got a notice on my mailbox. Somebody taped something to the outside of my mailbox. Now, you can't put anything inside of a mailbox. It's a federal offense because that's government property, the mailbox is. It's meant for the purpose of you receiving mail. You can't have anything in there that hasn't been paid for by postage. So if somebody's got some kind of a party they're doing and they're going down the street, putting things in the mail, that's very illegal. Anyway, they taped it to the outside of the box. That's a gray area. That's not a big deal. They're looking for the cat. They lost a cat that looks a lot like ours, except for it's a long hair. Ours is not a long hair cat, but ours is just as fat. And they're offering a $1,500 reward for this cat. So Carol came back in my office, my studio, and said, "What you doing? Are you getting ready for your live stream?" And I said, "Not right now." "What are you doing to the cat?" And I said, "I'm trying to brush her hair out so it looks long." And then I showed her the picture of the cat that was missing, and then I looked at, and I said, "I just can't get her hair to look long enough. If I can get her hair to look long enough, we could sell her for $1,500 and claim we found this woman's cat." She said, "You're an idiot." I said, "Well, yeah. What's your point?" Oh, I moved my camera. I tell you, I did. Go that way a little. There we go. All right. Let me show you what I'm here for. Okay, you've seen this. Let me put my flight on. Okay, how come I can't fly? What's going on? What in the wide? Oh, I turned super strength on. I meant to do that one. Okay, this is the same as what I've got running on the map that I'm playing with you guys. But over there is a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a program that I found that I was using, Community Projects or something like that. And it's got some cool stuff. This is a fruit juice bar.
All right.
Cheers, Patrick. Okay, this is a fruit juice bar. So you take your fruit, and where do you get your fruit? Well, of course, you get it at the orchard. Wherever the orchard's at. Do I have anything at the orchard? Probably not. Okay, so you got all these productions here. All of this stuff that produce stuff in this map. Here's a bunch of stuff that produces stuff. We got hops and we've got cranberries. We've got fruit. All kinds of fruit. Okay, let's juice it up. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. So we've got a juice bar that doesn't work with the orchard. Okay, we got a bunch of greenhouses that's making stuff. Okay, so we've got the Red Dragon. Free delivery. This makes stuff. And it all takes pallets that you have to make. Pallets that you have to make. Santa Cat. So this game that we're playing over here has Pallet Factory that you can make pallets. They won't work on this. It's a special pallet. Then you've got the dairy. Same thing. You can't do anything with it if you don't use the cow barn that is in this other mod. Okay. Here's an orchard that you have to put in. Here, because you can't use the orchard over there. There's some really neat stuff on this. And you can't use any of it if you don't use his source. Pizza, this isn't. So we can do that, but you can't use this. You have to use a different kind. So I did all this work and couldn't do, there's a waffle and donut shop. Can't use it. You gotta get milk and butter and flour and stuff from his plants. So none of this over here is working for me. Look at all that sugar over there. Can't use it over here because it's got to be a sugar on his pallets. Anyway, it's really cool because there's so much production that comes with that mod. And there's just so much that comes with that. But you have to use all of his stuff. And I think it's called community production or something like that. Anyway, it's really cool. You know what I thought after I did all of this and realized that I can't use any of it. And I said, "Oh, geez, I can't do this. I'm glad I didn't put it on the other farm that you guys are watching, because I was just putting this stuff out here because I was going to put it on the other farm, so I'd have all this cool stuff like a juice bar and donut shop and a pizzeria and all this kind of stuff. None of it works unless you use all of his stuff. So what I thought was, there's so much, because everything that you've got special here, you've also got other places that you can put in. And what I thought is, one of those maps that is absolutely nothing, and you have to clear the land and start the farms on your own. There's nothing on it. That's what would be perfect for that stuff. So I'm looking for another map that is like No Man's Land. If I find another one that's different, then I'm going to use all these mods, because then I can put all of his stuff in and hit it from scratch. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. If anybody has a No Man's Land one that we haven't already played. Okay, let me see here. What I gotta do? Do that. Do this. And do that. And that. Scorpion and I worked on that mod. I was showing it to him on Discord almost all weekend, 2-3 weekends ago. I got so damn frustrated I couldn't get anything to work right, and then found out why. And I said, "Hell with this! I'm not putting this over on the other map." That'd be God. I'm having trouble with all the production I'm doing now. If I had to say, okay, I can't take that fruit from this and put it there, I have to take that fruit and put it over there. God, that would be pain. A pain in the caboodle. Oh, coming back in. I'm coming back in. As soon as it loads. Big Mac's in the house. New Frontier. Wasn't there one New Frontier when we first started 2025? I played a New Frontier. I think that's what I started on, was New Frontier. I don't remember how much I played it though. So maybe I didn't play it. If I can't remember it, maybe I didn't play it enough. I might try it again. All right. I didn't even see who was working the grass. Was it Tina? I think it was Tina. So Tina got fired. So I got to hire somebody else. All right. Did I have somebody else working? I did. Let's put this oats away, I guess. Hey, something's happening. Oh, just oats. Oats showed up. I'm waiting for the poo to show up. All right. Well, there's more there than there used to be. Where over there. So I guess they are pooping. Maybe it's just not enough to register on the board or something. I don't know. I don't know. Isn't that? If you put it in writing, that's plagiarism, isn't it? I got 70 years worth of life experience, 72 years worth of life experience. Almost all of it is comical. I'll look into it, Andy. I don't think I played it very much, but I think it's one of the first ones we played. And then this, you know how many times I played a No Man's Land? I think I started it until somebody made a real map. So, I'll take a look at it. It might have been okay. You know what I mean? Where else was I? I thought I had something else. Oh, Tina's. Oh, Tina. We rehired Tina to do grass again. Who's doing the rice though? Lori's working the rice. What was that? Is it getting full or something? Maybe. It's getting full. Okay, so I need to get this feller, and it was the sorghum, I think, that was ready to go. Maybe, baby. That, the sorghum was either 11 or 13. I can't remember. Let's put it right in the middle here, and we'll take a look. Yeah, it was that one over there. No, this one over there. The camera's backwards for every time I think I'm going, that's right for me, but it's left for you. Well, I'm about halfway through Mass Effect 1. Oh, just information for you people. If you've never played Mass Effect, it's on sale on Steam right now. I started out Mass Effect before it came out on computer. You know me, I don't play consoles much, but if it's a game I really want to play and it's only on console, I have done so. And I played the what did I play? There was something I played on console. It doesn't matter. I know that Mass Effect was one that I played on console when I recorded it the first time. It was a pain in the butt because there wasn't any way to do it. I had to play it and save it in segments of about 40 minutes and then take it off with a thumbnail and put it on the computer to be able to get it onto YouTube. It's a pain in the posterior. And the game that I'm recording, that Final Fantasy 14, it's also on sale on Steam right now. So they're having some pretty good fall sales. The Fallout games, most of you guys have played Fallout 4, I think, while I was playing it. But if you haven't played the rest of them, like I have Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 4, Fallout 76. I've got all the Fallouts. They're all on sale. And some of the older ones, like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, are like just $2 or $3. They're really good sales. They're like 90% off right now. So if there's any Fallout games that you want to look at and you haven't bought, now's the time to go take a look. Who's taking Metamucil? Somebody got a booger problem? Yeah, I jump around when it comes to these maps. I really do. And there's a reason for it, because none of them are really any different. But, and when I say that, you'll say, well, that one had tall hills on it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the game itself. Nothing changes. Sounds like Fallout 4, doesn't it? War never changes. The game doesn't change. You can get a new map, but what are you going to do? You're going to plant corn. You're going to plant wheat. You're going to plant. You're going to harvest it. You're going to sell it. Maybe you might make flour out of the wheat. So it's not. It doesn't really matter which map you're playing. You're doing the same stuff in every single one of them. So the only reason to change is to look to see how the new map is set up. Is it hilly? Is it big fields or small fields? Are there hedges around everything? How big is the town? Is there any production that isn't on anything else? Those are the reasons to change. And so I change quite often, because most of the time, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. You're planting a crop, you're harvesting a crop. So people say, okay, well, when you played Small Town USA, did you finish it? Well, it depends on what you mean by finish it. Technically, there's only 2 maps that I can think of that I've actually played all the way through. And what I consider all the way through is I start off with 1 or 2 fields. By the end of the game, I own every field on the map. And I do one great big harvest and sell everything, and that's the end of that. And that's the end of that map. I've only done that twice that I can remember. One of them was, of course, the first map I ever played, which was Idaho. The second one was Graceland. The only reason I remember Graceland is because the new game came out. We were playing Graceland, I think it was 15, and 17 came out. And I was still, for a month or 2, playing Farm Sim 15 because I was on Graceland and there was stuff I wanted to do. Graceland was a marvelous map. It adds so much to it. And the mods were so great. We had Thing 1 and Thing 2, and we had some really, really, really good mods that worked very well. Cosplay worked so good. And so I just kept playing it for a couple months afterwards before I finally finished it up and went to 17. Those were the days. I got that comment that I told you on Fallout. I went to look at it. In that particular episode of Fallout, I had I think 16,000 views. Remember the days when I'd put a video out and get hundreds of views? Now I put a video out and I get 5 views, 6 views, 10 maybe if I'm lucky. It's hardly worth the effort anymore. As I say, I used to do this for fun. And I don't have as much fun as I used to. All right, where's my guy at? Oh, he's right behind me. Andy, we're still having fun. Oh, it's not like I'm not having fun anymore. I shouldn't have said it that way. I mean, I still have fun. It's just harder for me. And I get frustrated more easily when computers don't work right and software doesn't work right. My brain doesn't work right anymore. I'm starting to really notice that I'm struggling to remember things. Cheers, Lori. I mean, you go back and watch my videos from a few years ago, and man, I would snap on an answer. Somebody would start singing a song, and I had the guy's name. Now I struggle. What was the name of that song that was this and that? I don't remember. Or I was doing a video this weekend that I was editing. There's a part in it where you're under the ocean, and there's a round portal in several places in the glass dome. There's a glass or a plastic dome, clear dome, over the whole city under the water. And to leave, you have to go through these portals. And it's like a round portal, and there's water in it, and you swim through it out into the ocean. But something is keep holding the water out. There's some kind of a force field. And I said, yeah, you just swim through that portal, and it works like I couldn't think of the word. It works like that thing where you can go through and not, it hold the air long. And I said, never mind, you know what I'm talking about. And I went through. About 15 minutes later, I came back through, and I said, I just thought of it, an airlock. It's an airlock. It works like an airlock. It locks the water out and the air in. And, but for the life of me, I couldn't think of that. Now, in the old days, that portal over there, you swim through it, and it holds the water out, and it holds the air in. It's an airlock. Boom, it's an airlock. I'm just more and more and more. I'm forgetting things. Addie's boyfriend, I've called him every name except for his real one for the last 3 months. For the life of me, can't remember his name. I keep calling him Brian or what's that guy? What's his name? What's his name now? And now I'm trying to think of his name. Oh, damn it. Can't think of it. It's not Brian. That's my brother-in-law. It'll come to me. What's his name? It's terrible, and it's frightening in a way, because I've always been so sharp, quick-witted. Yeah, that could be. I've never been good at names, ever. I'm good at remembering numbers, though. I can remember every license plate, every car I ever had. But I can't remember names of people. All right, keep looking. Tina's almost done. Is that the last it? Tina's done. Okay, bye, Tina. She just got fired. Lori's getting full on her rig. Let's see if the dice will roll Tina again. It's all random as to who drives. When I hire somebody, it's a random pick. Say his name in 4 sentences. Isn't it? Here's the very worst thing about that. about me in the airlock, for example. I'm doing a recording. It's embarrassing that I can't think of something that I should know immediately and that I used to be able to do. And then it gets frustrating that I can't remember. And then it gets a little bit scary. And you know, and it seems like it's happening fairly fast, to me anyway. I'll have to look. Blaine. His name's Blaine. How can I not remember that? I think it's because I've never known anybody named Blaine personally. I mean, I've heard people say, yeah, my brother's name is Blaine, but I don't know them very well, or they're just an acquaintance, you know. So it's not like I know Blaine. I've heard of people named Blaine, but I've never really known a Blaine. I don't have a cousin Blaine that I know of. But why can't I remember that? It's an easy name. I had to look it up on my phone. And that's what I'm talking about. It gets so frustrating. Because I'm a person that can't give up on things. We'd get something that needs put together. Or I'm building a computer. And I'm having trouble with a component in the computer. It's not working. Did I hook it up right? Is it wired correctly? You know, is it if it has to be seated on the motherboard, did I seat it well enough? Is it tight? Many things can go wrong when you're building something like a computer, and I've done it my whole life. But my personality is, once I start something, I don't finish it till it's done. And many times Carol has gotten up out of bed and said, Rudy, you need to come to bed. I will. I'm trying to figure this out. I'll get it figured out. And, you know, and then eventually, if I don't get it figured out and it gets too far out of hand, I'll go to bed. The next morning, I'll get up and run right in and do it. Boom. I'll have it like that. It happens to me with games, too. If I'm having trouble if I'm fighting a particular boss in a fantasy game, and I go through and I get killed, and I go through and I get killed, and I go in and I get killed, I get all pissed off. Jeff will come in and say, are you having trouble with that mini boss? And I said, yes, and I don't know why. And he'll just look at me. He said, every time this happens, Dad, you're too tired. You know, you're tired. And you're not thinking straight, just go to bed. And the next morning I'll get up and boom, I'll go walk right through it. Walk right through it, get it the first time. I'm just stubborn. I don't like, once I've got something that I can't figure out, I want to finish it. I want the answer. I've always been that way. And now, it's just frustrating. All right, I got to go find Lori. Lori's bound to have a full load. What's Scorpion do? I didn't know Scorpion was doing this. What was Lori working on? Oh, Lori's working on the rice. Okay. Lori's working on the rice. So where's my main truck? And Lori does have a full load. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. It's not hooked up to the trailer. It didn't look right. Yeah, Lori says, like when you talk to a person, where are you from, Blaine? Did you like it, Blaine? How fast, Blaine, do you drive? Blaine, see, I would not remember Blaine, so I would insert, like, damn it in there. So, like, where are you from, damn it? Did you like it there, damn it? How damn it fast do you drive? Addie, where's damn it today? Damn it, get out of my driveway. Damn it, get off my lawn. See, at least if I do that, people think I'm just joking. I'm not. That's like when I tell people I don't like cats, don't like dogs, and I hate most people. People just laugh and say, oh, you're so funny. I say, no, I'm pretty serious right now. See, I can't trust you guys because I'll say, Leah, I've lost my wits, and then Andy will say, no, you're just as witty as you always were. I don't think so. I think I'm losing it. All right. Is this the sorghums? Sorghum. That's why I don't care if I get anything done on these farming things, because we're just streaming. We're just chatting. If I did nothing at all, I could just sit here in the combine and just talk to you guys all day. Why am I even farming? I don't know. Not very good at it. That's what people used to come in. Remember this, Andy? People used to come into the channel and tell me I sucked. Man, you suck at this. And they're trying to make me angry. They're trying to get me to say something that they can then keep up and, troll me. It doesn't work. Because I just laugh and say, yeah, I do. I really do suck at this, but I'm having a lot of fun. And what do they respond to that? Well, shoot, if you're not going to play the game, we'll go tease somebody else. Am I still not flying? What's going on here? I must have turned it off. All right, corn's not ready. Which means I'll probably have to sleep again. What do we got here? Potatoes aren't ready. Nothing's ready. Grass is ready. Oh, carrots. Carrots are ready. I guess carrots are green. Are green. Oh, John's working. We haven't seen John in a while. Wonder how he's doing. I hope he's okay. I feel sorry for John. Lost both his parents, his brother and sister, and he was a little upset with his brother last time. Not the last time, but in some of the later times that we talked to John. Him and his brother weren't getting along that well because his brother wanted to get out and go do stuff, and I think John wanted to try to keep him and his sister, all three of them, together since their parents are gone, and it was kind of frustrating for him, I think. What are we doing? We're in the move way over. Now notice I bought two fields. I bought this one from Katie, and I bought this one from Katie. So I now own this whole patch up here on this side of the river, and I own all of this here on this side of the river. So there you go. Is this the carrots? No, this is barley. I'm in the wrong field. I'm outstanding in my field. I hope this works. I would think it wouldn't start if it didn't work this way. Supposedly, this header on this mod does everything as far as vegetables and things. Taters, root crops. I found something interesting. If I'm drinking like a 7-Up or a Dr. Pepper or a Pepsi, anything like that, a Squirt, a Sprite, I'll kind of sip on the damn thing for hours on end when I'm gaming. But the Baja Blast, the Code Red, and that other one that I was drinking, can't remember the name of it. It's another Mountain Dew product. I tend to like this almost empty, and I've still got, time left. And normally, on a normal soda, I'll do a two-hour live stream, and 2 hours later, I'm still drinking the soda, slowly. But these, I seem to drink quite quickly, and I don't know why. It's the Mountain Dews. It's not the Diet Mountain Dew that does that, but these sweet ones. Maybe that's it. All the ones I'm thinking of are ones that have sugar in them. They're not diet. Maybe it's the sugar. I don't necessarily have cravings, but maybe that's it. Maybe they just they're kind of good, I guess. Like eating a candy. If I eat a candy bar, it's gone. But I don't eat them very often. I don't have cravings for chocolate. I don't have cravings for sweets at all. So, I told Carol, are you eating? She'll ask me if I think I'm eating too much chocolate and candy and stuff. And my quickest answer to her is, well, stop buying it. And she'll look at me and say, what? I'm not forcing you to eat it. Yeah, in a way you are. I said, if you didn't buy it, I would never eat it, ever. Because I don't do the shopping and stuff. And even if I did do the shopping, I don't have cravings for sweets, so I wouldn't go to the candy store. I wouldn't go to a candy store. I don't go to the candy aisle. I go to the food aisle and buy food. So if she eats candy all day long. She's got a sweet tooth a mile long. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but anyway, so I just tell her if I'm eating too much sweets, don't buy them. If they're not here, I can't eat them. And it's not like I'm craving for them. So, there's no way. If Carol didn't have chocolate or something in the house, at 3 o'clock in the morning, she could drive to the store and get something. I wouldn't even think about it. I mean, I wouldn't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get food. I said, the hell with it. Tomorrow's another day. I'll eat tomorrow. But it must be the sweetness, though, that it just tastes good. And I take great big swallows. Where the other way, I'm feeling a little dry. My throat's getting a little dry. I'll just take a little sip, set it down. It's almost like I'm drinking it for a different reason. I thought I changed the amount this thing held, but oh, wait a minute, I probably did. That's 300,000. I must have changed this to $1 million or 500,000. Maybe it's a $500,000. Who knows? It's only 40%. So yeah, that's the way. I must have changed it to $1 million. Looks like I gotta get some silage made. Well, it's starting to feel like fall around here. The last couple of days it's been dark and gloomy, real foggy. We've had some beach warnings, high tides and high winds on the beaches. I guess somebody said some guy came and got pulled out by a tide. And we were, well, it must be somebody that doesn't live here, because they've been blasting. My phone's gone off 3 or 4 times about high tides and surf advisories. They go off all the time. There's a lot of bad things happen. I'm right on the mouth of the Columbia, on the ocean, and there's a lot of stuff that gets washed up on the beaches. I'm talking great big logs. It could be logs that fall off of these big ships. It could be trees that get uprooted in storms. There's a lot of trash and stuff comes up on the beach, and there's a lot of undertows. You can get sucked out real fast. And a lot of people will get hit by big logs that come in on the surf. You know, going out there and they think they're just going to gently be pushed back by a wave. The wave hits them, knocks them on their ass, and then drags them back out to sea. And that happens quite often. It's dangerous. All right. I don't have another field to go into yet. Let's park that. Holy smolies, he's done. I need to sleep again, but here, let me show you why I don't usually sleep when I'm harvesting. See, this field looks fine. Looks fine. It's all one level. I slept after I did the first one. Wasn't it? Right here. I slept here. Now look, the part that I had done before I slept grew. So now there's 2 levels of readiness here. That's why I don't usually sleep till I get all my harvesting done. I want the crops to grow evenly. Now they don't, because they all have a different length of time that they grow. And some of them have different stages. Like a grass might have only 2 growth stages or 3 growth stages, where rye or barley might have 6 stages of growth. So there's different times on the crops and stuff. So it's just a silliness. I just don't like, looking at my field. And what I really don't like is if I sleep enough that I haven't picked up grass or straw and the crop's already grown back, and now I can't see where the windrow's at. That's what really bothers me. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but something I think about. do I have 2 fields left or 1? 2, I think. Must be. Now I gotta pick up all that grass. That's okay. We didn't make silage. I told you I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I'm seriously thinking about taking a nap. I don't like taking a nap this late in the day, but I might have to. Because there's nothing worse than needing sleep and not being able to go to sleep because you're going to go to bed in a couple hours, and if you go to bed now, like Carol will head to the bedroom at 6 o'clock after dinner, and I say, "You're not going to bed this early, are you?" "Oh, I'm just going to read." And I said, "Okay," because you go to bed that early and you wake up at 2 in the morning because you've got your time in. If you only sleep like me 6-7 hours a night, if I sleep 8 hours, that's sleeping in for me. I generally 6 hours is not quite enough. Tina likes to do grass. This is just regular grass, Anyway, I shouldn't say that. You probably think I'm not. We don't notice it here because Oregon's wide open. Even heroin is legal here, believe it or not. But it hasn't done any good for our state, I'll tell you that. Started with marijuana being legalized. And then they just opened it up to everything. Buck, 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 buck. Oh, Mila, our cat, she's been getting a hard knock lately. Carol's semi-allergic to the cat, and the cat got into some fleas. And so we're medicating the cat, and Carol's always kind of, "Get out of here, you flea bitten," So she's been getting some rough treatment lately. So she came in, and I don't like her coming in here because I have expensive furniture in here. And she's starting to tear up my good leather chair. I got a leather chair that was a couple $1,000s. It's a very nice piece of furniture. And that cat's starting to tear it up. And, I usually keep a cover on it, but then she'll tear that up. Anyway, she came in this morning, and I've been locking her out lately, and she jumped up in my lap, and I thought, well, I'm not doing anything, and I just let her sit there. But I had to go and grab me a pencil because I couldn't reach the keyboard without sitting up like this. Because I was sitting back playing a game. Well, getting ready for this. I was working on this farm. And so I had to use my pencil to reach up and hit the keyboards where I couldn't reach because I didn't want to move and wake her up. She's sleeping on my lap. So at one point, she had one paw over here and one paw over here and was just kind of sprawled out with her and was just sleeping on my chest and my lap. She's a big cat, 18 pounds almost. And I had these on. These are wireless, and they go around your neck, and they're actually speakers. So I don't have to wear headphones all day long. And so the sounds of the game were coming out of these speakers. And she's sleeping right below those speakers on my chest. And I walked by the chickens. You can hear them clucking right now. I walked by there, and it came through those speakers, and all of a sudden she sat up, and her claws went, and me, and she's looking around for the chickens. Jeez. I told Carol, I said, "What, did she break skin?" And I said, "Well, I don't care about that." I said, "This is a brand new shirt. I just took the tags off of it this morning." Carol keeps buying me new clothes because I lost so much weight. But anyway, so yeah, the cat, I don't know if she's looking for a chicken dinner or if it just frightened her or something. All right, I'm going to sleep again. Here goes. 8 hours, good for me. Yeah, if I can make do with 6 hours of sleep if I don't do it more than 2 or 3 days in a row. If it's more than a couple days, then it starts wearing at me. 7 hours is about what I like. I can function perfectly well on 7 hours. 8, sometimes I'm a little groggy if I get more than 8, which doesn't happen very often, especially now that I'm older. When I was young and I was doing a lot of physical stuff, I needed a good night's sleep. And I don't mean time-wise. You can get a good night's sleep if you're, if you maybe you don't dream so damn much, or maybe you haven't had 2 gallons of Mountain Dew before you go to bed, and the caffeine gets you, or the toilet if you have to go every 5 minutes. And normally I don't physically, except for I take a couple of different medicines that make me have to go more often than I would normally. Back in my ute, I was like a camel, man. I could go 2 or 3 days without going. Look at those sheep. Look at them bounce around. Keep it up. I'll put you on a barbecue grill. Hop right up there. Bah. So, yeah, there's one pill I take every morning, and what it does is it forces you to slough off sugar or glucose in your urine. That's what the function of this pill. Well, consequently, you have to go to the bathroom more often than you would normally. And then I have another pill that does a similar thing. Well, it does a different thing, but it's kind of similar in the fact that that it makes you have to kind of do your business. Oh, the robot's feeding. You don't get to see that too often. Go, robot, go. I haven't named the robot. I should call it Robbie. I call it Rob. Rob Zombie. How's the boy doing anyway? Jenny goes to bed about 8:30. If I went to bed at that time, I would be wide awake about 2 a.m. Yeah. A dab of hot sauce when caught in action. I usually start thinking about going to bed at about 10 o'clock, and I don't make it till about 11. But I go out in hot tub before I go to sleep, so it's usually 11:30, almost midnight, before I finally fall asleep. And then I get up at 7, if it's, or 6 or 7. 5, 6, or 7 is when I get up. Whatever comes first. I guess that would be 5, wouldn't it? No. I sometimes wake up. I quite often wake up at 5 because that's when Jeff has to go to work. Jeff had to go to work at 4 for the last 5 or 6 years, but this last year they changed his schedule a little bit. It's his schedule depends on the dialysis machine that his client uses, which is a 85-mile away location. So Jeff 3 times a week has to drive about 85 miles and then sit with this client of his that gets dialysis. And the machine was, they had to change it so that the machine was a little bit later, that he that he gets on by about an hour. So he stopped going at 4 and he now goes at 5. Well, the main shower is right next door to the master bedroom. And so I can hear the shower start at 5 o'clock in the morning when Jeff has to get ready to go to work. So I sometimes just get up. Sometimes I just lay there and finally fall back to sleep. Just depends. All right. Let's go check on the grass. See? The grass grew. This is where I slept, right here. So that's where the that's right here is where the harvester, the mower, was when I slept, and this grew, and then they started cutting again. Huh. Yeah. There you go. All righty. Well, 10 and 7:30. That's a good time, because see, I didn't include in my schedule. I didn't include the nap I take. I'm getting in the habit of taking it almost almost every day. My nap taking, and most of the time you guys have known me since I retired. I never napped before I retired. And I didn't nap the first few years after I retired. But I would only nap maybe once or twice a week. Now it's almost every day. And the reason is, if I don't have a nap, and I only do like 45 minutes to an hour, that's all I take. The reason is, if I don't get the nap, I start getting sleepy about 6 or 7 o'clock, and I'll just be nodding off. And then you get really miserable because, damn, I'm so tired. But I can't go to bed now. I can't go to bed at 6 or 7. I'll be up at, like Andy says, I'll be up at 2 o'clock. And so I have to force myself to stay awake. And you're half miserable when you're that tired. But if I get my nap in, I don't get that. I can make it till 9 or 10 o'clock, and if I can get to 9 o'clock, I can start piddling around getting ready for bed, and not notice that I'm that tired. So that nap, that little 45-minute nap, makes all the difference in the world, at my age anyway. With that going, I'm going to go take a nap. So, yay! Time to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think, if I play Red Dead. If not, I'll see you on Thursday. I'm trying to keep up with the Red Dead just to have something different to stream. And I'm thinking about doing some more Fallout once in a while, and show you guys some of those 934 mods. So anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Have fun playing games, and enjoy life. And I'll see you again next time. Ta-ta.